Could you please let me know if you all able to hear me? Am I audible to all of you? Can someone please confirm? Okay. Thank you. I can see. Okay. So this is a demo class for Azure DevOps. The batch will start from today, but today and tomorrow maybe we will have some demo, and then the regular classes will be start. And this course will continue, complete within 40 to 45 working days. Means the classes will mostly happen between Monday to Friday, and morning 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 1 hour every day. This course will have multiple topics related to Azure and Azure DevOps, and I will be the instructor for this whole batch or the complete batch. So now the question here is, before we proceed further, I would like to know if what is the level of understanding, or any of you aware of cloud, or any of you are familiar with IT or any software project, or you all are completely new. So if you can give me a little bit background about yourself, then that will definitely help me to plan or discuss the different topics based on your experience level. So with that, I would request one by one, please unmute yourself and just let us know, are you new to IT field? Are you new to cloud? Or what is your expectation? Or already you have some prior experience? Can you please?
Hi sir, myself Nagendra. I am new to cloud, sir. I am working in IT industry since 4 years. But I am new to cloud. I am working on MSBA, sir, currently. And also I started learning ADF from Bhaskar, sir.
Yeah, sorry. So Nagendra, could you please, do you have any prior programming language experience? Do you know any programming language?
Apart from SQL, I don't have anything, sir. No. Don't know.
No problem. Thank you. Then can we go to Mahi? If you're able to hear me, could you please unmute and let us know? Okay, maybe we'll go to Mahi later. Sai, are you able to hear me? Yeah. Do you have any prior experience of any IT or cloud knowledge, or you are completely new? That is the question. Or people who all are having problem in their mic and not able to unmute yourself, then you can maybe chat in the chat itself. You can just respond to these questions. I will understand. Maybe Sai is chatting. It seems like Subham or Suresh. One of you can unmute and let us know.
Hi, good morning to all. My name is Suresh.
Yes, Suresh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm having overall 11 years of IT experience, and
Okay.
I am working on cloud project. Cloud is not new to me,
Mhm.
but technology itself, it's new to me. Like I am working on infrastructure services.
Okay.
Yeah, now I am planning to learn Azure DevOps.
So when you are saying you know cloud, so which cloud provider you are working
Yeah,
with?
cloud provider is also like client based. They are not. They are. It's not like AWS Azure.
Okay.
Like a client have their own cloud product. cloud offering they are providing to the customers. It's Australia-based project.
Okay, okay, okay. No problem. Thank you, Subham. Uh,
Yeah, and I have many questions,
go
and I
ahead.
would like to speak with you personally. Is it okay?
Yeah, you can do. Let me know all your queries. We will discuss before we start the batch.
Okay, okay, thanks. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So, is there anyone left who neither spoke or neither mentioned his or her detail in chat window? I can see Sai, Shubham, and Mahi already responded. I believe all then we have covered everyone. If I miss anyone, please feel free to unmute or mention your detail in the chat window. Okay. So as I told you, this complete batch is about Azure DevOps. So when I'm saying Azure DevOps, so that means it is clear this is not one topic which we are going to cover in this whole course. We are going to cover two topics. One is Azure and another one is Azure DevOps, right? So what is Azure? Most of you must be aware of because you have come to this demo class. Means I am assuming you must have done some googling, and you know Azure is a cloud service provided by Microsoft, right? Apart from Azure, what are the other cloud providers or cloud related services available? Predominantly AWS from Amazon, GCP, Google Cloud Platform from Google. Similarly, Oracle has its own cloud, IBM has its own cloud, Salesforce has its own cloud. There are many cloud providers are there. But if you'll see the top three in the market, Azure from Microsoft, AWS from Amazon, and Google Cloud. These three are the top three players in this field, right? So this is just an idea. Now, what is the second topic I'm saying? DevOps. But here we will cover about Azure DevOps. But before going to Azure DevOps, we should know what is DevOps. So now my second question to all of you, maybe you can respond in the chat window. Anyone has any experience about DevOps? Either you can unmute yourself or you can write in the chat window like yes or no. Okay. Now take 10 seconds and just quickly respond. Be attentive in the class. If you are not comfortable to speak or unmute yourself, then you can immediately respond. So now DevOps is another interesting and on-demand topic in the current IT field. And you will all be happy to know, apart from different tools and technology available in DevOps field, the most popular one in current present market is Azure DevOps. Azure has its own DevOps tool along with Azure Cloud. So we see there are many students wanted to learn DevOps, but they are not sure how to start or which tool they should learn. That is why this Azure came up with a nice or very effective tool called Azure DevOps. So that tool and a practical demo of that tool also covered part of this course. So after completion of this course, you all or who all will participate, they can confidently work or apply for any position related to any cloud architect, cloud administrator, along with any DevOps engineer related post as well. And believe me, Azure DevOps currently is the most popular tool available in the DevOps field. So this is a very nice package offered by this institute now to all of the fresher who wanted to have a good career path in IT sector. But before going to any further, I just wanted to mention one thing. Now you can see Madhav pinged one link, http://sunny designer and all. I would request all the participants to click on this link, and it will ask you some of your personal detail like your name, mobile number and all. The reason why you are asking is if you are interested to have this course, complete course, If you wanted to know more about the course detail, course fee structure, the duration and all, you just share your details, your contact detail in this link, so that the institute marketing team or institute team will connect with you to clarify those dates and help you to enroll for this course. We'll have 2 or 3 demo session. After that, people who will be enrolled for the batch will continue with the regular courses thing. So that is why it is very important. You all should click on this link and share your details, so that the institute will help you to enroll you for the course. Okay. Now, before proceeding further, Suresh, I think you are having some other questions. Would you like to share or discuss any of them? Otherwise, I will continue with my part.
Yeah. The first question is like I'm into infrastructure services. Okay. And if I learn Azure DevOps, is it relevant for me to learn and get a job? I
Yes.
mean, I'm
Yeah. In one word, yes, this is a very valid question, and yes, this will help, because as Azure is an infrastructure side cloud, DevOps is more or less related to that area. In DevOps also, what you are doing, I am not sure whether you are aware of DevOps or not. Otherwise, I will cover you the DevOps part. DevOps is again a infrastructure related topic, where operation team and will work with the development team in parallel to help them to automate the whole software development life cycle, right? So that this also does not require any prior programming knowledge skill, and it will very much related to the cloud infrastructure side. If you are learning DevOps along with cloud, it will definitely give you more added advantage in your current career path. Any other question from anyone? Suresh, did that answer your question, or you have any other doubt?
yeah, yeah. Like I have more knowledge on like I have bit of experience on AWS.
Okay,
I have attended trainings and I have experience on AWS and
okay,
Azure also I have attended for the trainings, but I don't have any hands-on experience on Azure.
okay.
So knowledge wise, yes, I'm having knowledge, but
Mm-hmm.
like hands-on wise, as of now, no.
Okay,
And I am a team lead as well.
okay,
So how this course will help me to progress in my career?
okay. So in this course, we are going to discuss all important and most widely used cloud services provided by Azure. And in this course, I will not only teach you or not only explain you the theory part, but also everything we will do practically. Okay, we will create a account in Azure portal, and whatever theoretical topic we'll discuss, we'll do everything in the practical demo. Apart from the topics which we are going to cover in this, if you have any specific topic also for the people who all are already having experience, they can also let me know in advance, so that I will cover them as well. So this topic, this course will completely full of practical demo. So that is how this will help you to directly work on your project thing. Okay. So this is not at all a theoretical topic where I will completely tell you or go through some PPT and you will listen. No, not like that. Everything, each and every bit of the services we'll discuss, we'll create it directly, we'll create it on the practical demo, and I will show it to you how it is working, how it is created, what are the different functionality and features are there. Any other things? Anybody's mind?
Yeah, okay. Thanks for the update.
No problem. Any other questions from anyone else? Okay. So now good, like there are some questions were there. Let me share my screen. Let me know once you all can see my screen. Let me share my screen. Okay, very good. So now you can see, as I told you, this course will content the cloud piece, Azure part, and then the DevOps piece, which is again part of Azure, right? So under Azure DevOps, I understand. Nobody in this batch knows about DevOps. No problem at all. If you know already, then why you would have joined this batch? So that is my responsibility to teach you. So under Azure DevOps, many things we will learn here, like the container, diagnostic monitoring and analytics cycle, Packer and Terraform, functions, logic apps, and understanding about Azure DevOps. The different services comes under Azure DevOps, like Azure Board, Azure Repos, Azure Pipeline, Test Plan, and Artifact. And also we will do a end-to-end practical demo of Azure DevOps that will help you to understand the whole cycle, how it works. First thing is we will explain, we will discuss how DevOps work, what is DevOps, and how Azure DevOps work. That is more important, right? So that is what we will discuss. But that's Azure DevOps will cover in a later part of the course. First, initially, what we will discuss? First, the cloud. Because I understand, except one participant, most of you are new to cloud. So first thing we'll discuss about cloud. What is cloud? Okay. So let's discuss about cloud. When you are hearing the word cloud, or when you are planning to attend a session or course on cloud, may I ask any of you to tell what is cloud and why suddenly everybody is running behind cloud? Anyone wanted to share your thought? First thing is, I would like to encourage all of you to participate as much as possible. The reason is, the more you participate, the more doubt will come to your mind. And the more doubt you will come to your mind, you will clarify them with me, and we will together resolve those doubts, and we'll learn together. But if you are decided to just be a mute participant, no discussion, nothing, then sometimes what happen, I see people lost interest and they become disconnected what we are discussing. That is why my sincere advice to all of you is, as much as possible, participate in the discussion. I am not I can't say like I know 100% about Azure, but I know more than you all know. After this batch, we all will say like we all are on the same level maybe, but that is not important. The important is how much interest you are showing to learn it. So please unmute yourself and just say whatever coming to your mind. It may be right, it may be wrong. If it is right, then that is very good. You already know about that. You will feel proud for that. If you do not know, then I am here. We'll discuss in this topic and then you will learn, right? So the point is, everybody is now saying cloud. All big organizations, small organization, to whoever you will see, everybody is either migrated to cloud or in the process of migrating to cloud, right? And that is why there is a huge demand of cloud in the current IT market. And because of this demand, to fulfill the demand, there are many openings are coming. And because there are many openings are coming, that is why institutions like this are planning to provide this kind of training. And because we are providing this training and there is a huge demand in the market for cloud, so many students like you all are interested, showing interest and attending or joining the training. But we all have to understand and we all have to logical. Why cloud? What is cloud and why suddenly it is of so much of demand? Anybody has any idea what is cloud or wanted to share their thought? Okay, nobody wanted to tell anything, that is fine. So before going to cloud, I would like to say how was the IT field before cloud? That is important, right? So sometimes whenever, like you all know, like now we all are having smartphone. Now hardly you will find anyone who does not have a smartphone, right? And it is very popular. It has many features. But when the smartphone, why smartphone is popular? If somebody is asking me, what will I say? I will definitely, to answer that question, I will compare before smartphone what was there, right? And how smartphone is giving me some upper hand or added advantages, correct? So before smartphone, what was there? Some basics phone were there, feature phone, right? You must have seen Nokia phone, Samsung phone. Those are black and white with a big, huge, very small monitor screen, huge keypad. Very hardly we can watch any music or TV music or video or song. Mostly the ringtones were like monotonic, not polytonic ringtones. And when the smartphone came with the same price level, people switched to that, right? That is why it is popular. Now we can do n number of applications, Android, this iOS, and all those things, operating system, huge memory, huge space. We can do many things, n number of applications, and everything is there. That is why we can say smartphone is popular. Smartphone is important. Similarly, if we'll discuss here how IT projects were run before cloud came into picture. Anybody has any idea? Is it like cloud was the everything? Before cloud, nothing was there. What is cloud? Why suddenly it is so important? The reason is quite simple. Before cloud also, IT projects were running as usual. There were no changes, right? Same servers, same networking, same storage, same database. Everything was existing before cloud also, right? Now then, what is the difference? Why suddenly cloud, 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 everywhere it is cloud, right? We need to understand that part. So what was happening? If you think about an organization, then the organizations were running their whole infrastructure. When I'm using the word infrastructure means mostly it cover the hardware, software, networking, right? Broadly three type infrastructure were managed by the organization itself. That means what? Suppose you have a organization, right? Let's take a call like let's take any organization name, whatever organization you come to know. Let's take that one. For example, Reliance. Reliance is a big organization in India. How Reliance used to work? Definitely they were having their internet, their website, their hardware infrastructure, everything was there earlier also. Who was managing it? It was managed by Reliance itself. You will say Reliance is not into IT side. How they were managing? Obviously, they were not managing by themselves. They were hiring or outsourcing that work to one of the software provider, consulting organization, like maybe Infosys or TCS or Wipro. These are consulting organization, right? So they were saying, these are our server, maybe 10, 20, whatever servers are there. This is our storage capacity. These are our databases. This is our network system and all. You managed for us and we'll pay you, right? So it is clear. So basically the organizations before cloud were managing all their infrastructure related stuff by themselves. Okay. I hope this part is clear. If anybody has any doubt also, feel free to let me know or ping me in the chat window so that I can see. It is very important. You all should understand from the beginning. Otherwise, you will not get the whole picture. So this setup, when before cloud or now also, if any organization is managing their infrastructure by themselves, in some data center and all those things, then that was called on-premises setup. On-premises setup. Okay. Now these are some of the terminology which I'm going to tell you, and be carefully understand this terminology, because throughout the course we will use this word frequently. So now, as I told you, we were using on-premises setup before cloud. So in on-premises setup, what was the challenge? What was the problem? That also we need to understand, because it was good, it was managed by the organization itself. Then why suddenly cloud, right? Let me go to a new slide. Just give me a second. So what we understand here is the organizations were managing their own infrastructure by themselves, right? This is called on-premises setup. On-premises means what? You will manage your own infrastructure in your own premises. Premises means what? Your own house, right? On premises. So it is just like you are going to office every day, or you are going to wanted to travel, and you decided, you instead of hiring any car or anything, you will buy own car, right? So when you are buying a car, where you will keep it? You will not keep it in the garage or any external place, right? You will put it in your own premises, means in your own corridor, or if you have some space in front of your house, then you will put it there. So this process is called on premises. Now in on premises, the problem was, what was the problem? When there was a demand was increasing, right? When there is a increase in the demand, what was happening, right? Now you have 5 server, suppose. Then suddenly your demand is increasing. That means your more business is coming. The 5 server is not sufficient to handle the load. Then what you will do? You need to buy 2 or 3 more server. And buying this server is not a very small thing. These are very costly, high configured product, right? So that used to be a big challenge for the organization. That is one point. Second thing is, when you are managing the server or the infrastructure by yourself, if some of the servers where servers or any infrastructure component is not working, then again, who will be responsible for the maintenance or the repair work? Again, you, means your organization. Obviously, you are not a IT expert, means when I'm saying you, that means if you are taking the example of any company, that company, right? Suppose it is SBI. SBI is having their own organization or on this thing. So now they wanted to do this thing. So first problem is maintenance. Sorry. First thing is maintenance is a big challenge. So for maintaining, what you have to do, you have to hire some of the engineer, operation engineer, right? So when you are hiring some operation engineer, they have to, you have to pay some salary to them. Second, you have to procure the faulty part, right? Suppose your hardware is crashed, your memory is not working, or memory is slow, network router is not working, all those things you have to do that, right? First thing is you have to purchase the servers and all. That is a higher cost again. This thing is there. Second thing is maintenance is another challenge. right? Third thing is, you did the initial purchase and all. If there is a increase in demand, means if it is a there is a increase of transaction, then you have to increase your number of services also, number of servers and number of infrastructure accordingly. That means suppose you have 5 server and there is a December month is coming and your sale is increased, then those 5 server are not enough to handle the condition. You need another 2 server. Then what you will do, if you are into on premises, you have to buy another 2 server and do the setup here. That itself is again another costly thing, costly affair, and that cannot be done easily, right? That will take time. Second thing is, now in December you have a peak period, but again in January things will be normal, right? But now you buy another 2 server. What you are going to do with those 2 server? That you have to keep it with you only, right? But you don't need those 2 server in January month, but still you have to keep them. Why? Because you already buy it, right? Suppose there is a family function is happening, right? 10 of my 10 15 relative came to my house, right? We have decided like we'll go to some nearby site visit, right? Just try to understand this example. So 10 member came. I am having a 4-seater car and I already have 3 member in my family. So for my family, this one car is enough. But what to do for this 10 member people? Shall I buy another 2 car just for a visit? No, right? Suppose if I am doing that foolishness and I bought it. First thing is, buying 2 car is not that easy. Like I will go to market and I bought 2 car. I have to do a booking based on the demand of that model. It will take its time. Suppose I have some contact, I have some friend working for some company, car company. They told like, okay, we'll give you immediately. I got it also. Now my relatives, 10 relatives came. They are happy. And now I have 3 car. One was there already. 2 I bought it. So we all comfortably go. We visited this nearby sightseeing in Hyderabad, like Ramoji Film City or Golconda and all those places we visited. They stayed for 1 or 2 weeks and they left, right? After that, what will I do with those 2 cars? Because for my family, 1 car is enough, which I was already having, right? Now I am having another 2 cars, so 3 car. For to keep those 3 car, I have to buy 2 parking place also in my society. Otherwise, where will I keep? Because with my flat, 1 car parking is free. Means 1 parking is already available, included. But now I have 2 another car, so I have to bought those things, right? Second thing, the second problem will be what? Those cars require regular maintenance. Whether I use them or don't use them, I have to regularly do a maintenance of them, right? I cannot buy 3 car at a time, so maybe I have to hire some driver, right? Just try to understand the situation if I am buying. So why I'm telling about this buying example of car is, this is you can understand what is called on premises. In my premises, I had 1 car that was I was completely owning. Now I am having 2 more cars, so 3 cars in my on premises, present on my premises, right? So everything whatever is required for maintaining them, okay, I have to regularly, renew their insurances, their pollution, right? Regular maintenance, I have to take them. Regularly, I have to clean them. I have to hire somebody to clean them, right? Is it a good decision, by the way? Any of you think feels like this is a good decision because you have 10 relatives came to your house? You should buy 2 car. Who thinks this is a good decision I take by buying car? Anyone? If anybody thinks yes, you should buy, then please ping in the chat window. Okay. Obviously, you all are smart kids, smart boys or girls. So you all are right also. This is not a good decision. Then what should I do? What should I have done in that case? Instead of buying 2 cars, what should I do? Anyone? What is your suggestion? If some 10, 15 members come to your family, what you should have done?
Hire a Uber, sir.
Hire Uber. Very good. So basically, I should go for a rental option, right? Rental car option. Maybe our friend loves Uber, that's why he told Uber. But I can go for Ola, Uber, Yellow Cab, Meru Cab, whatever this cab, that cab, whatever they are there. I can easily go for any of this rental car option, right? So what is the solution for this problem is? You all understand now? Rental car, right? So with rental car, what I would have received, right? If I am having 10 member, right? Accordingly, I can go for a 7-seater, 4-seater, 2 car, right? If suppose instead of 10, 12 members are coming, then I can book 3, 4-seater car, right? So what is happening? By going for the rental option, I am having multiple option with me. That is a first point, right? Second, am I responsible for the maintenance of those car? No. Am I responsible for pollution or their insurance? No. Am I responsible for paying the rent to those drivers? No. Right? But I am having all the facility. If I need 3 car of 4-seater, I can avail it. If I want to 1 7-seater, 1 4-seater, I can get it. If I wanted a particular specific model car, some sedan class car or some, hatchback car, those options also I have, right? So I am having multiple options available if I'm going for the rental things. And I do not have any liability of maintaining or putting them, or I don't have to buy any parking slot to keep them. Nothing is my headache. You all agree? And that is a wise decision, you all think? Then the same thing is happening with the cloud. Before cloud, what was happening? Before cloud, all companies, just like buying a car, they were buying all the infrastructure like server, database, storage, softwares, networking, everything they were buying, right? When they were buying, just like car, this is infrastructure for the company. So by just buying means it does not solve the problem, right? What you have to do? You have to create also a data center. Otherwise, where you will put? Data center is nothing but where all the servers or all the infrastructure will be kept, right? So data center, just like I need a garage to put the car, data center is required. Garage should have a proper roof, otherwise the car will be damaged. It should have a door, otherwise car will be dust. Similarly, data center need what? Cooling system, right? Because the servers or the infrastructure will generate heat. So cooling system is required. Second, to maintain the cooling, uninterruptible power supply is required, right? So power backup and power supply required. I cannot put the server install in my house, right? If I'm doing, what will happen? In Hyderabad or in any city, power failure will happen in a frequent manner, right? So when the power will fail, what will happen? My server will be down and the website which is hosted on that server will also not responding. So 24 cross power supply. So data center is another challenge where I will keep all these infrastructure. Second thing, to managing this, just like to manage a car, a cleaner is required, one driver is required. Similarly, to set up the server or the infrastructure, one operation team is required, some operation engineer, some system engineer required, who will install the software, who will manage the software, who will renew the software, and all those things will be done. I have to pay for them. Right, all those things I'm just trying to give you with a layman example so that you all can understand how cloud is helpful, right? Third point is, after doing all those things also, before cloud, what problem these organizations were facing? If suddenly there is a peak in the demand, or there is a fall in the demand, their existing infrastructure may not sufficient to support it. Just like I am having a 3-member family, but suddenly for some reason, for say holiday, if 10, 12 member of my friend or relatives is coming, what should I do? My car is not enough. My 4-seater car is not enough to take all of them. Similarly, when the demand is increasing in any organization, due to any reason, due to a new product launch, due to a sales season or anything, their existing infrastructure was not sufficient. So what they were doing? They have to buy, right? For our case, for my case, as you all, as somebody told rightly, in my case, if I need 2 more car to take my relatives, I can go for this Ola, Uber, or Yellow cab, Meru cab, any cab, and take a rental car. But for the organization, no such options were there. To address these options, to address this problem, the big organization like the cloud provider organization like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Oracle, IBM, they think, okay, this is an area where we can see some business opportunity. What we can do, we will create what these people did, this cloud provider, they created huge data center, right? Very huge data center in acres and acres of land. They put their data center fully 24 cross supply, power supply, completely centralized air conditioned so cooling system. They put high bandwidth network system, and they put n number of servers, storage capacity, different maintenance, security features like antivirus and this thing, that thing and all. So what they did, they played the role of cloud provider, right? They are the cloud provider. CP I'm writing saying. They are just like our rental car provider, right? Ola, Uber, or all these things. What they are doing? They have multiple cars present in their garage. These cars are of different sizes. Like if you need hatchback, they will be hatchback. Need sedan, sedan. If you need bigger than sedan, then the bigger sedan, like Innova sort of vehicle. They have the drivers. They are well trained. These drivers are experienced. All the vehicles are managed by Ola and Uber. And people like me, what they are doing, based on our demand, I am taking their services. Similarly, these clouds are provider, what they are doing, they are having all infrastructure in their data center, and they are asking to all the organization, no need to maintain, no need to have your data center, no need to buy any of the infrastructure, no need for spending money on cooling or power supply and all. You just take our cloud service, we will provide you whatever you need. You need 10 server, we'll give you. You need this much big of memory, we will give you. You need this much size of database, we'll give you. Everything will provide you. You just have to pay some rental amount. Means based on your usage. If you're using a certain service for 2 days, you have to pay for that 2 days. Everything rest is our challenge, our problem. You don't have to worry about whether your software license is expired or not. You don't have to worry about whether your antivirus is going to expire or not. You don't have to worry whether power will be interrupted anytime or not. Everything is our problem. Okay. So now you all understand what is cloud and why cloud is so popular. Anyone has any doubt? And you agree with this car example, cloud is really required is a necessity for all the organization. Because whether the organization is a small one, like any startup with 2-3 member, or it is a huge organization like big banks or insurance company or anything, end of the day, they don't want to manage this infrastructure because it is not their core business, right? For example, you can take some bank like State Bank of India or American bank like JP Morgan. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, like that. They are into banking field, right? Before cloud, apart from the banking thing, they have to manage all the server thing. They have to manage the server, they have to manage the renew the software, renew the operating system, everything they were managing. And it was not a very easy thing for them because they are the bankers. They are not expert in IT side, but they have to hire many people from the IT side background. They have to manage all those things and all. Now with this cloud came into picture, all these problems are resolved. Why? Now they are just calling Microsoft Azure. They are saying, Azure team, can you provide us this thing? Okay. Now suddenly some transaction increasing, some volume of their data is increasing. Again, Azure is automatically providing additional infrastructure stuff, additional servers, additional database, right? And the more important is the maintenance, because buying is one thing, because you will buy one time, but the maintenance will be a regular thing. Every time you have to do the maintenance. And with cloud thing, with cloud providers, maintenance and security is completely their problem. If I am taking a Azure service, I do not have to worry about whether the server is properly in good condition or not. That is whether any virus attacked to my server or not. That is Azure problem. So that is how is a comparison between before cloud scenario and after cloud scenario. Now you can understand every big or small organization why they wanted to go for a cloud service. So before I proceed further, I would like to know any question anyone has so far, whatever we discussed. So you all understand or not? This is very high level comparison. I just tell you about why cloud. So today, whatever we discuss is why cloud and what was the advantages of having cloud, why organization wanted to go for cloud. Any question from anyone? Are you all clear? Can someone please unmute and let me know if anyone has any doubt here?
Not
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah. Are you all clear why cloud is so important or so much on demand today?
Yeah, just a question like
Hmm.
as we are going to deal with the data,
Hmm.
and how about the security of the data? Because security plays a critical role for any client.
Okay. So when you are saying security, obviously the cloud provider will manage the security part, right? They are doing. So if I understand your question, you may be asking like, okay, multiple companies' data will be managed by one cloud provider. So then how that will be managed, right?
Yes, yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So for that reason, obviously the cloud providers have their restricted measures are there. Now if you'll see, once we will go into detail, I will discuss in detail, but today you raised the question, so I'm just asking. So others who couldn't understand the question, let me explain you. So what is happening? Suppose there are three banks are there. Let me take an example of Indian Bank, State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Allahabad Bank, right? Three banks are there. All three decided like we will go for Azure, right? That means in Azure servers, their data will be kept. So the gentleman who asked the question, his concern is what will happen if how the data will be secured of these three banks, because they are kept in one data center operated by Azure, right? It is a valid question. Suppose if I am putting my money and you are putting your money and all our monies are kept in one particular account, one same account, then it will be a challenge, right? It will be mix up and all. But what will happen if we'll create separate account? Then that is secure. The same thing is managed by Azure also. So whenever you are a big client, whenever you have a big infrastructure, they have their physical partitions. That means SBI data will be put in a separate server or a database. PNB data will be shared in the separate database, and Allahabad will be do that. Earlier, this question was raised, a huge concern for most of the organization. That's why there was a reluctance in adopting cloud. But now That problem is absolutely addressed by the cloud provider based on the different compliance structure. There are many regulatory boards are there, and these cloud providers have passed all those things. So they have cleared, they have shared proof like how they are managing different organization of data securely without compromising any organization data with any other. So those issues are very much addressed now. So that is the reason now most of the Fortune 500 company, which are called the biggest company in this whole world, are going for or adopting these cloud services. That was a concern earlier, but now it is very much addressed. We'll discuss in detail about all those topics whenever we'll discuss about the backup and security services in Azure in later classes. Okay, so now that is addressed. Any other question? Okay, so I think this silence means you all understood. I hope I managed to help explain you what is cloud and why cloud is important with this car rental example. My sincere request is to go through this recording. You can the training institute will share the recording. We'll stop our class today because the class will be from 8 to 9 and right now it is 9 o'clock. Tomorrow again we'll continue at the same time. I would prefer if you all could join on time, means maximum by 8:05 you join it, so that we can spend more time and we can discuss more topic tomorrow morning. Okay. If no further questions, thank you. Thank you all for joining today's demo. Tomorrow we'll continue with the same demo. And very important thing is whether if you are interested to continue with this batch, there was a link shared by Madhav, that Sunny-designer-4846. Please click on that link and share your contact detail so the institute can connect with you and help you into registering for the batch. With that, I would like to say thank you and bye for today. We'll meet you all again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Thank you.